On the eve of the English Football League starting again, to get us all excited, we have come here. This is the Weston Homes Stadium, home to Peterborough United, the Posh, and we're going to take you on a VIP tour of this cathedral for football. Welcome to the home dressing room of Peterborough United. This is where the home team will be before a match, the middle of the match obviously at half time, and then once the game is finished. And it's got everything that a first class footballer might need. Of course, places to sit, places for the jerseys to hang, little box for your boots, and then a locker for all your valuables, things like your watches, your phones, because we know how much footballers love their phones nowadays. But it has that character that frankly you can find throughout this wonderful stadium. And littered in here are little signs of what it means to be a player for the Posh. United, we are stronger. And what a place to come to get your mind together as a pro footballer. Let's explore the rest of this amazing stadium. As the home players step out of the dressing room, this is where they will arrive. This is the main tunnel heading out towards the pitch. But even here, you're reminded about the rich history of this club. Right here, you've got success is a journey, not a destination. In fact, they've got to be continued after 2024, but we know that in 2025, they retained that EFL Trophy, the first side ever to do it. And it just walks you through some of the key moments in this incredible club. But there's still plenty more to explore. This is probably one of the most important places in any football club. This is the physio room. So if you've taken a dive or if you've actually got something really wrong with you, this is where you might be lucky or unlucky enough to end up. Here you can get everything from a deep tissue sports massage all the way through to some serious trauma assessment. It is so important that we look after professional players' health and well-being, and this is often the first step towards that after something happens out there on the pitch. It smells clean, everything looks clinical. Hopefully not too many of the Posh players end up in here. This is the visitors' dressing room, and as you can probably tell, it's not the most comfortable place to be. But why would you want to make a team's life that's coming to try and beat you? Why would you try and make it any easier? So here they have the bare necessities. I mean, pretty bare, to be honest. You've got your benches, you've got some loos, you've got a shower that may or may not run cold, who knows. But this is where you will sit if you're an opposing team to the Posh. Unlucky, guys. Love them or loathe them, officials are a vital part of football. And when they visit the Weston Homes Stadium, they need somewhere comfortable to be. Well, this is the officials' dressing room. This is where they will come before, after, and during a match. It's got everything you need, a nice sofa, a fridge, but I found this, an official EFL subs board. And I've got to say, I'm actually quite obsessed with it. So when the players are ready, they will come through the tunnel and onto this pitch here. This is Pitchside of the Weston Homes Stadium, home to Peterborough United since 1934. The stadium was actually originally opened in 1913, but it's gone through a few renovations since then. Over 13,000 people will pack into this stadium on match day, and the atmosphere when people are in here are absolutely rocking. Let's have a little look at one of the most exclusive seats in this entire place. This is possibly the most VIP of VIP seats in this entire stadium. This is where the manager sits, Darren Ferguson, who has been the manager here, leading them to the EFL Trophy twice in a row. And he was also quite a good footballer in his own right back in the day. And if you haven't heard of him, well, his dad was the great Sir Alex Ferguson, manager of Man United. This is a very exclusive area here at the Weston Homes Stadium. This is the director's box. This is where people like the chairman, Darren McAntony, would sit watching his beloved Peterborough United out there on the pitch. But actually throughout this entire stand, you can be part of the history. Actual wooden bottom seats here really remind you of just how integral this club is to the city of Peterborough and how much it means to fans and supporters. Come on boys, this little corner of the stadium might not look like much, but it is super important getting what's happening out there on the pitch to all of us at home. This is where the media sit. This is where people from like BBC Radio, TalkSport, places like that, they will sit here talking us through what's going on out there. There isn't a bad seat in the house. Here, for example, in the King Power Solutions stand, you've got a beautiful mix of kind of old school wooden seating all the way through to the more modern plush stuff. Over to my right, we have the Weston Homes stand. In front of me, with the Posh emblazoned across it, you've got the Meerkat family stand, which just gives you the most wonderful view of the pitch. This is a super special place in the stadium. This is where the TV commentary crew, when Sky come to town, this is where they will sit. This is also where the Posh Plus commentary crew will sit when there's a game going on in front of us. And you might recognise the Posh Plus logos because Big Motoring World are proud partners of the pre-match interviews with Posh manager Darren Ferguson. So we have our own very special place on Posh Plus. We're in the Meerkat family stand and behind me is Peterborough. This is an area reserved for young fans of the future. If they're not quite ready to spend their whole time up there in a seat watching the game, then they can come down here and play at their heart's content until they're ready to head back out there and watch the players doing their thing on the pitch. This is the Posh Hall of Fame. This is where players and staff that have made a huge difference to the club end up on the wall. So for example, you've got Jim Hall, record goal scorer, up here on the wall. But there is somebody that I do want to show you, a certain David Seaman. Yes, he started his career here at Peterborough United before heading over to Leeds and then ultimately Arsenal. And we all know what he did there. Still, quite the impressive tash, wasn't it? This is a space that we are really lucky to show you. This is the control room for the entire Weston Homes Stadium. From here, they keep an eye on absolutely everything that happens, whether it's someone throwing up somewhere they probably shouldn't, all the way through to the more serious stuff. The response is actioned from in here. State-of-the-art CCTV, direct lines straight through to police, ambulance and fire crews. It all happens in here. This is a vital space to keep fans, staff and players safe and ultimately enjoying the game that we love. If you're really lucky, you'll find yourself somewhere like this. This is one of the hospitality boxes here at the Weston Homes Stadium. We can have your teas, your coffees, obviously something to eat as well, and then enjoy all the play on the pitch in total comfort. But because at the Posh they're big on choice, you can either watch it from in here or head out there into your own reserved terrace with a comfortable seat and watch every kick of the ball. Just like Big Motoring World are big on choice, big on value and big on service, those are three things that you'll find in the brand new Peterborough United club shop. Yeah, I'd say they're pretty big on choice for sure. Big Motoring World are proud to be part of Peterborough City, and we're even prouder to be part of the Peterborough United family. Thank you to the Posh for giving us unrestricted access to the Weston Homes Stadium today. And are you a Posh fan? What was your favourite part of this incredible stadium?